right. I think everything is set up and is rolling. Hi everyone, my name is Andrei Kudlai, and today I wanted to talk about the loss and gain of energy. We all lose energy and we all regain energy. So where exactly do we lose energy in our lives, and what precisely is the replenisher? What are the things that easily replenish? First of all, let's talk about where and how does our energy get flushed. First of all, fulfilling and following someone else's, or for example, parental mindset to failure. Then also there are attempts to follow multiple purposes in life, to feed the energy vampires or toxic people. Who exactly are the energy vampires? Those are the people who love to complain about health, lack of money, weather, prices of gas at the gas station, the economy in general, the government, the list goes on. Another type of vampires is the drama queens or kings. These are the people who create drama out of ordinary situation, heating up emotions for absolutely no apparent reason. The energy vampires crave attention and time. They can even be among the loved ones. They could be among your parents, siblings, relatives. After communicating with them, you almost always feel an incredible loss of strength. If you must come into contact with the toxic people from time to time, do not copy their gestures, manners of talking. You're not them. So do not inherit the unhealthy habits. Then another way to drain your energy is to be in a desire to be ideal, to be perfect. Ideal wife or husband, daughter or son, boss or employee, etc. And other things are things that we don't always think about, but they do really affect the energies. Any kind of the unfinished business, failure to fulfill plans and promises. Unfinished business and unclosed tasks are really a funnel for the energy leakage. Do you remember the saying, it's better to regret something you have done than to regret something you haven't done? Now that's exactly what this is about. Instead of thinking about what could have been, just do it. If you feel that this needs to be done, just complete it. Otherwise, you're going to keep returning in your mind, in your thoughts and it's going to be even sitting on your subconsciousness without fully realizing it. This category also includes debts, loans, promises that we made but did not fulfill. Untangle this before it becomes a heavy burden and will not allow you to move on in your life. Often this is a consequence of increased imaginary expectations or demands on someone when they don't get fulfilled, or even a consequence of not fulfilling your plans and promises to yourself, and then a feeling of guilt and resentment towards others and what's worth self. Another important drainer of our energy is the envy and jealousy. Even the good envy, when we say, oh, I envy you for this. Jealousy and envy have the same nature. It is the desire to possess what you do not have, as well as the pathological fear of losing what you think belongs to you. It is important to understand that the other person does not belong to you, even if we are talking about a husband, a wife, a child, a close friend. If you want really to keep someone or something, let it go. Let him or her, it go. One would always want to be close with someone who's free, who's not restraining, who's not trying to possess, self-confident. To look into someone else's life and evaluate one's own worthiness through what others have is absurd. Everyone has their own path and purpose. From the outside, someone else's life may seem perfect, but who knows what really happens to the people we envy. We see the image of them, but we don't live their life. When we're comparing ourselves to others, we lose the energy that we could spend on solving our own problems. Then there's resentment towards others. It works for envy as well. We get offended, envious, and thus send negative energy to someone else. And this someone's energy, someone's energy field automatically defends itself and sends this unwanted energy back to the sender. Do you really want to receive your own bounced negativity back, tripled, quadrupled in effect? I don't think so. Then there's condemnation and judgment of others in life on social networks, judging who is better, who's worse. Many people do that, and it affects them. They feel less energetic afterwards, and they feel like they need to replenish. And then they turn into those energy vampires that fall back into the same vicious circle of needing the energy and draining energy from others. A sense of shame, anger, aggression, gadgets. Now, there's one that's trash and garbage. Cleaning the space is the very important component of any personal growth. Old things that you do not have... old things that you do not use anymore for a long time accumulate negative energy and block the appearance of fresh energy. General cleaning of the house is not only a hygiene, but also a way to breathe more life into your space. When you free up space, you make space for something new to come in. So now let's talk about the sources of what fills us up and what are the sources of energy filling. Primarily energy from what you love, what fills you, what expands you and inspires you. For everyone, it may be different things. And again, don't be a judge of other people's things that they get replenished from. Otherwise, you will be draining your own energy. Sleep energy. We fall asleep from 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and we wake up at about 5, 6, 7-ish, hopefully not past that time, in the morning. Energy from nature, weather, earth, grass, air, mountains, rivers. When you are on the nature, you always feel regenerated. Energy from the right food, healthy food, water that we drink, everything that we breathe in. Energy from harmonious relationships. Once at a training on the Healing Impulse, Goltis once said, the first rule in food is not to offend the host. It is what, it was a story about a bunch of people that went on a raw food diet, having not seen food for like 3 days, wandering in a desert, ended up in a village house of one hospitable host who laid the whole table with nothing but meat. They obviously could not refuse it, but and they sincerely accepted the treats, and this actually did not harm them, even though that they were raw vegans. It did not affect their health. For me, this is a vivid example of the fact that relationships are more important than inner beliefs. You need to learn to love and accept people. It's not just about loving everyone. The right energy comes from love for people and friendly relationships. The same is about respect for traditions of other cultures and people. Energy from the family obviously is a very strong source. Often we come home when we don't have energy, exhausted from work, drained from things that we've done outside, out of home, and then the children come running, who are like vacuum cleaners of energy. But there's a trick there. It's just a different type of exercise. You sit down, you listen to their stories, you sit them on your lap, and 20 minutes later, their inner peace fills you up. You see the joy on their faces, you start feeling the inner peace inside of you, and then everything changes. We can come to visit our parents and sleep there for half a day, for example. This is also a source of family energy. Some place, maybe at a sibling's place, feels the type of fills you up that then makes you. Something's happening with the camera. Sorry. Where was I? Lost the train of thought. So yes, all of that is a family energy. When you come to the family space, family unit, then it becomes a replenishing, refilling, harmonizing our inner rhythms, slow life. Then there is energy from hugging. Everything is connected, and we are all connected. You need to give your warmth, and children show it very vividly. Adults are no different from them. And at meetings, I now try to hug a person as much as the situation permits. Personally, I've never been a hugger. And for me, it was a barrier to cross over at one point. And with true empathy to the person, with the true ambition to just enjoying the presence of that person in the same space, makes me want to hug that person. And of course, I read from the other person. If the other person is accepting and willing to give or take a hug, it happens. Then there's also a bit of a less obvious one, which is energy from hunger. Hunger completely reboots our body at the cellular level, at the sometimes even at the molecular level, and often when we're hungry, we feel more energetic. This is done so that we can actually go and get ourselves replenished, so that we can go get food. Our system is designed to function that way. Then there's also energy from physical activity. An example of our ancestors and those who live in a rural life, in the villages, and work on land. It is possible to work on land with land and recharge from the energy of the earth. It's similar to the rivers, nature, mountains, and so on. And the best of all, the outdoor sports. Walking is a very important thing. Then there's also energy from the ability to be happy for others and rejoice and replenish self from others being happy. Energy from gratitude. First of all, to self, and then to everything and everyone that surrounds you. The energy from honesty with self and with others. The most powerful, of course, is the energy from love. Everything we love or to whom we give love gives us the energy back. And it is always more than we even, because it gets multiplied and then returns back, regardless of whether we were aiming to receive it or not. And everything, of course, that we, or to whom we do not love, take that energy away. Again, this was Andrei Kudla at Academia Logos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.